Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's 50 degrees. And I believe this is the 26th, right? Is it the 26th or the 25th? The 26th. I get confused sometimes, y'all. I'm sorry. And I am running just a few minutes late. I think this time change has finally caught up with me because I no longer want to get up at 5 o'clock. I want to get up at 7:30, and it doesn't work that way. Also, I looked at it and I felt I was getting too dependent on that hair topper, so I made myself do my hair today. I had a comment yesterday telling me they didn't like my hair, or I don't know what I think it was a joke, and I just said thank you for your opinion. I don't think they meant anything by it, and that's fine. I mean, when I think something's a joke, I guess I laugh at it, and I really don't get offended by people telling me they don't like my hair or something. That's not what offends me. I guess what offends me is stating the obvious, such as, that I might be obese or overweight or whatever you want to call it. And I know I mentioned that too much. I know that. I know it. And who cares? Who cares in the scheme of things? That's where I say that a lot too. All right, y'all, I didn't watch Tim. When I said I didn't watch him, I just listened. And whatever he was talking about, it just didn't interest me. And I tuned it out. I don't care about his lights and his going here and there and everywhere and all that stuff. I've said this before. There's just times I want to cheat him out. I just don't care. And it usually comes from after watching him for several days in a row. And I guess that's what I've been doing. So right now, I guess I'm just tuning him out. If he'd just get in that thing and go, it might be a different story. That truck. I watched, this morning when I was getting ready, I watched All the Freaking Things channel. And what they do is they do a spoof of Tampa J and Crystah Girl videos. And they're really not mean-spirited at all. And I probably should address what I mean by mean-spirited. It's in a comical way, but they're just trying to, and they're professional. See, that's what gets me, is these people that are doing these videos where, there's clip after clip, different clips. They are professionals. They know what they're doing. They're also storytellers. So, for me to even try to keep up with something like that, I couldn't do it. Maybe if I was their age, because they say they're in their 30s, I could. But my mind just don't work that way anymore. But they talk about, they mostly started mentioning Chris. And I watch her videos because I find them a little bit fascinating as far as the subject matter. The fact that she's into all this horror, but she doesn't watch horror movies. And I'm like, see, that's the part that, and then I'm like, is this just all an act for views? So that's what kind of gets me there. So I'm like, is she another one of these that are fake? Or should we just take this as being art? Should we take Tim as just being art? And I know, that's why I laugh. That's funny. Or should we take anybody as just being art because they're doing a YouTube channel? Am I doing art? No, I'm not really, in my opinion. But is that how we're supposed to take it? And just let it go? That's when people say we shouldn't talk about other channels. Because the fact is, YouTube has become such a part of everybody's life now, not watching as much scripted television. And I'm saying that I don't watch near as much. I do watch it occasionally. It's got to be a really good show, though, to keep me interested. Like, Landman and the Hunting Wives Club. The story has to really draw me in quickly. Now, I did start to watch Madison. I think that's the new one. But it didn't draw me in. Not yet. And I'm like, I've got to sit down and watch it. And if I'm not drawn in by the 3rd episode, then I'll just skip it. And if any of y'all have watched that series, let me know if I know it's different from anything I can't even think of the person's name that's doing all these, because, see, I took this allergy medicine Tuesday night, and it has got me for a loop. And I'm going to take those pills to the drugstore, and I'm going to tell him to get rid of them. I don't ever want them in my medicine cabinet again. Yes, it is prescription that I was given a while back. But I don't ever want to take this medication again, because it has threw me for a loop as far as mind. And, maybe that's why I still can't get up. I don't want anything like that again. I'll live with allergies. Only thing I think it's done, it's made my nose run more. That's, I just don't want it. And, I don't want to get into what it is, but, because you never know how a person's going to react to a medication. But what it's done to my mind, as far as when I'm speaking, I feel like sometimes I don't stutter, but it's like it's hard to get it out. And then I noticed yesterday when I was typing, in my head, I'm typing, but in what I'm doing mechanically is the words are, it's almost like you're dyslexic with words, if that makes any sense. And I know it's the medication, because I've never been like this before, and this is the first time I've ever taken this medication. Oh my. All right. And yesterday I did cut out a lot of that video, in case, I know that probably most people did if they watched till the end, because I went on a rant about my rheumatologist, and then I decided to take it out because I don't know the whole story. So I'll leave it at that. All I know is I need to find me somewhere else. I need to find me somewhere else to go to. But I don't want somebody who don't know anything about fibromyalgia or all that stuff. Or I don't want a doctor that's going to brush it off. Now, I watched the podcast yesterday, and I encourage everyone out there to watch this podcast with Samantha Busch and Alexa Reddick, Tyler Reddick's wife, who has been winning this year, and what they went through with their baby last year. Because it's a telling sign of some of these doctors out here. I'm not going to say every doctor, but I'm going to say it's a lot of them. Whatever that means. They do brush you off. And I also believe they love to write them prescriptions for those antidepressants. That's right, I whispered it. So you'll have to turn it up, or I'll try to remember to put it on the screen. Anyway, and it's maybe because they have too many patients, or I guess that falls on the same thing. They see too many patients, and they just start brushing off people. Of course, you can't brush off a little baby, but you can brush off the mother telling you that something is wrong with their child. So anyway, I just encourage you. It's very uplifting that they finally did get the answers they needed. And the child, still has some issues, but it is on the way of becoming what's considered normal in this world today. And they, you know, are now in this time of their life where they can, you know, Tyler went through last year, and I know this is NASCAR related, but it's not. If this is human, you know, Tyler went through this period last year where he wasn't running so well. I mean, he was running okay, but he wasn't, you know, you wasn't seeing the finishes that he once had. And you know why now? His mind was elsewhere. But now that all that is behind him, you know, he's showing what he can do with the right car. I do believe Toyota has a little edge this year, right now. Don't think it will last, but I think they do right now. And, you know, if he would have won the Daytona 500 last year, it probably would have just been, okay, we won the Daytona 500. But now it's, we won the Daytona 500. And, you know, they can really enjoy the victories that they're having. Anyway, I'm enjoying Samantha Busch's podcast. If you're a NASCAR fan, you probably will. You know, she goes into deep dives with Kyle. Now, I didn't really care about learning about their sex life. But, you know, maybe if I was younger, I might have. But now, as you're older, you just like, you don't care. But whatever, they talk about it in a video if you want to watch. And so I'm watching those type videos now because I guess they're popping up more. And, you know, as I said, this channel is about beauty, which I know I'm not talking about beauty right now because I'm not buying anything. And it's hard for me to talk about beauty when I'm not buying. Now, I will mention in this video, if you're still here, that I'm wearing a different foundation today. I'm wearing the Maybelline, the newest Maybelline. And, you know, I do like that. I think it's probably the best foundation right now at the drugstore. It'll be linked below. Of course, it's affiliate link. And if you buy it through my link, I'll make some money. I'll make $1. Maybe, if I'm lucky, $1. But of course, it doesn't cost you any extra. That's right. I'm being Tim right now. I'm telling you, it doesn't cost you any extra to use those links. And you know what? I could go through and put an affiliate link and then a non-affiliate link. But you know what? I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Anyway, I got to go to work, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Love you. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I do. I know I'm not exciting content, but it's all good. Love you. Bye.